Hello everybody, it's Gemma from Body Fix It. I hope you're well. So I'm just going to do this video which is talking about how we can improve respiratory, just thinking where my mic is, sorry, your respiratory function, so how you breathe, which is going to be really important as a preventative, not necessarily preventative, but work on it now so that you have a really good lung capacity and that your lungs are working really well, so that then if you get ill, you're going to get it less severe. But also, if and when you get ill, you carry this on, make it your routine, because it's going to help you recover quicker. Now you're going to have to bear with me, I've got a sheet of paper we're going to go through. I have to say to you, I'm not a physio and I am not trained in respiratory physio, but these are things that I have researched and that I'm going to do to try and help me with my lungs and my breathing. Okay, so if you have any respiratory issues or any heart conditions or anything, please check with your healthcare provider that it's suitable for you to do these things. Okay, so the main reason why we're doing this is that the flu virus bacteria that's going around creates a lot of phlegm and sputum, and that sits in your lungs and affects your lung capacity and how well you can breathe. So if we can try and limit how much phlegm is sitting on the chest, then you will feel better. Okay, so the first one that we're going to talk about is gargling. So this is something your grandmother has told you about, you know, when you've got a sore throat, gargle. And actually this is really important because it's getting the throat moving, it's getting rid of any bacteria and getting it moving and flushing it, so that it's really important. So you're going to have to excuse me, I am going to gargle on this video. Now you want warm water. It can have salt in it, it can have TCP in it, it can also have a bit of lemon in it. It's entirely up to you. Warm water, you're going to gargle, you're going to do it several times, and you're really going to focus on getting the throat moving so you get that vibration. So bear with me. Now, make sure you get the throat really moving. You're spending some time doing it and doing it several times. If you struggle to gargle because you have a poor gag reflex or really severe one, you can just wash around the mouth if you need to. Okay, so I would do that several times, and probably if you're struggling, twice a day. The other thing that's really important is to stay hydrated. So the things with this bacteria is that it likes dry environments. So if you keep everything moist and flushing, it will help it. Ideally, you want to be drinking a warm drink, hot drink every 20 minutes. So regularly throughout the day, have a really hot drink, keep your fluids up. So water is really good for you. You can put fruit in it if you need to, if you don't drink it on its own, but just make sure you're drinking lots of water. Like I talk to people a lot about that anyway, but really more important with this virus and these conditions. If you have any issues with sinuses and you normally would wash your sinuses out, do that as well, because that's going to help you. And also a really easy thing you can do is a steam inhalation. So a bowl of hot water, you can put essential oils in it if you've got some at home. Otherwise, just the steam, put a towel over your head, sit there, probably 10 minutes, something like that. Do that twice, 3 times a day. That's going to help clear all your airways and everything as well. And when you're doing that inhalation, make sure you breathe really deeply. So you're taking a really deep breath in and a really deep breath out. Also, a lot of things that physios respiratory wise do, and if you ever got a yoga background you might do, is percussion. So creating vibration. You can do that with your voice. So with your throat, you think about making an E sound. So if you think of Monet, it's an E. You're going to go E. Now you can do a high E, or if you do it, just tuck your chin slightly, you do a lower E. That gets your throat really moving. So E. So doing that regularly, I tend to do it when I'm driving, but just get your throat moving, and you can do that regularly throughout the day, helps. And also percussion, now I've got a microphone on, so excuse me, but kind of just making a loose fist with your hands, beating around the chest, just gently, not so that you're bruising. You can come into the back as well. You can get somebody to do it gently on you, into the back, so the lungs, around the chest, helps to clear anything that's sitting in the lungs and make you feel better. Okay, so now we're getting into more of your breathing, and this is really important. So we're trying to clear any phlegm, sputum that's sitting in the lungs, and we're trying to get the chest moving, get the lungs active, particularly the lower part of your lungs. So what you're going to do is emphasize, if you have emphysema or any trachea issues, just check with your health provider for this one, but you're going to focus on breathing into your lungs. So you're going to put your hands so they're on your ribs, you'll feel them. You're going to take a deep breath in. Now, ideally, this is through your nose because your filters are in your nose, and breathe out through the mouth. Okay, so I'm going to take I can't talk and do it, so I'm going to take a nice deep breath in and then breathe out through my mouth. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. Now you almost want to imagine you're blowing out a candle or blowing out fire, like a dragon breathing fire, or put it out. So, and actually it would create a fire if you're breathing on it. So, so we're getting your ribs and your lungs working, all of the ribs and the lungs moving, which is going to help anything that's sitting in the bottom of the lungs to get flushing and moving. So I would do that repeatedly several times, and I'd probably do it 2 or 3 times in your day as well. So that also is really good if you do your steam first and then focus on that breathing, breathe, you know, that fire out kind of thing, breathe fire into your fire, or, you know, just really blow the candle out after you've done your steam. Okay, so it's long and it's slow. That's what's really important when you're breathing out. You can also then add in a forced exhalation. So I know this seems like a lot of things to do, but actually it'll probably take you 10 minutes once you get into a routine. Okay, a forced exhalation is almost like a huff. So if you clean your glasses or a mirror and you kind of go, but we're doing it in a forced exhalation. So this is really important if you do have phlegm and issues and you are coughing. Coughing tends to hurt. If you can huff, it gives that momentum into your lungs, but it's not painful when you do it. Also, make sure you're not taking any cough suppressants, because actually that's going to encourage things to sit on your lungs. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, and then you're going to breathe out, and it's going to be a forced huff, and you're going to do 3 of them. So you're going to take a deep breath in and then 3 huffs. So I'm going to do it rather than talk. Or that's a more of a breath out, or huff is. So you're really getting those ribs moving, lungs moving, and if you cough afterwards, even better. Okay, and the last 2 things, and the huffing, do that really regularly. Last 2 things are, if you get ill and you are lying in bed, try and prop yourself up, because it helps the lungs to clear. And also make sure you're moving around. So you don't want to lie on one side and then the fluid just pool on that side, and then you get even worse symptoms. So move around so you're on your other side, prop yourself up if you can, so that when we're not letting things pool and settle. Last thing, while we still can, if you're able, get outside. Ideally do some fast walking, get your blood pumping around the body and your heart rate and your breathing rate up. If you're able to go for a run or get out on a bike, you know, get your heart rate up, get the lungs moving, and that's going to help you feel better. So I know that's probably a lot of things. Even if you did 2 or 3 of them, you will be in a better position. So my recommendation, start now, and then if you're unfortunate to get ill, then you already have a better lung capacity now, and then you can carry it through, do what you can when you're feeling ill, and carry it through when you're feeling better as well. Like I said, I'm not a physio, so please don't take this as golden. Check with your health provider if you're not sure if it's right for you, but this is what I'm going to be doing to help me stay healthy and recover quickly if I get ill. If you need any more help, please let me know.